NBA 2K21 may seem like a carbon copy of NBA 2K20 at the first glance, but there's far more to it than meets the eye. The instant I picked up that controller, I knew I was in for a great ride because of how smooth and responsive the game felt. So what is it about 2K's latest basketball iteration that makes it so good? Let me start by talking about the MyCareer Story first. This time around, our story begins in high school, where our guy, Junior, decides to follow in his father's footsteps to try and become the next basketball sensation. It's a very well-written narrative that is shaped by your own decisions, like choosing your agent, for example, which, as a result, impacts your career both on and off the court significantly. The story does a great job of keeping you invested and genuinely interested in seeing what happens next, from a reporter who mercilessly puts the world on your shoulders by giving you challenges to beat in your games, to a love story that emphasizes the stress of being a sports hotshot even more. And after going through all the ups and downs of the story, you end up meeting none other than Dame Lillard, who gives you a few tips on how to become a major NBA superstar. You then take all your experiences and skills with you to your preferred NBA bunch. My choice, just like last year, were the Houston Rockets, and so my NBA adventure began. With NBA 2K20, 2K introduced a feature called MyPlayer Builder, which allows you to create your own player by choosing different physical traits and distributing your attribute points however you see fit. This year, this mode is not only back, but it is also improved by additional pie charts that provide even more freedom when making your ideal build. Creating a perfect build for your playing style is of paramount importance for your career and the overall experience with the game, so I was extra careful and really took my time to nail the perfect creation for my own needs and purposes, and the build that I ended up with was a scoring machine, the type of player that has the shades of Pistol Pete, Karis LeVert, and Bradley Beal. Now that is a trio that is very much a force to be reckoned with. The neighborhood is back in NBA 2K21 with all its well-known playgrounds and facilities, now coated in the wonderful and jolly colors of the 2K beach. The revamped area is certainly a breath of fresh air for the 2K community, as it is here that MyCareer players spend most of their in-game hours. The daily spin wheel is now located in a place called Jeff's 2K Arcade and works essentially the same as it did last year, but nevertheless, it's good to see these free ways of boosting up your player present in the new game as well. Making progress with your player does require VC, but I'm happy to report that the game is far from a pay-to-win model. Buying X amount of VC can only take you so far because in order to maximize your player's potential and raise his overall grade, you need to actually play the game and win matches to unlock your potential and attributes cap. The very same principle applies to badges as well. To max out your badge arsenal, you need to put in the work. Simple as that. NBA 2K games have always been known for their simulation style of gameplay, and NBA 2K21 takes it to a completely new level. The physics of the game are absolutely top-notch, with player movement once again being at an industry standard level. Shooting is a department that has seen the most changes this year though. With a brand new shot meter and a shot stick aiming system, nailing that green release is far from an easy task in NBA 2K21. The aiming mechanic requires you to not only stop the shot meter at the perfect spot, but to adjust the pro stick towards the ideal aim point of the basket as well. It is a feature that requires a fair amount of practice to master, but those who prefer the old shooting style can just turn it off in the settings, though this does mean that they will not benefit from the shot aiming boost. Stamina is another thing that you should be wary of in NBA 2K21, as holding the sprint button will fatigue your player very quickly. This realistic approach to the game means that you should sprint with your player as you would in real life, so holding the sprint button and never letting go is definitely not the way you want to play the game. Overall, the game feels much more realistic than its predecessor, which gives scoring buckets and executing plays a whole new level of thrill and satisfaction. As far as the game's graphics go, NBA 2K21 is, as expected, in a league of its own. The presentation is simply second to none, with player face scans, body models, and signature animations being absolutely top tier. PlayStation 4 Pro is my platform of choice for this game, and when hooked up to a 4K HDR TV, the experience is nothing less than mesmerizing. It really makes me wonder just how much progress 2K can actually make in this department with next gen, because the game already looks photorealistic at times. The gorgeous visuals are only complemented by the game's exhilarating and authentic commentary. NBA 2K Games hounds have always managed to add a new layer of immersion thanks to their amazing level of production, and NBA 2K21 is certainly no exception. It is simply a current-gen showcase title, at least as far as sports games go. Everything mentioned so far is all well and fine, of course, but it does not mean that NBA 2K21 is not without its flaws. There are some glitchy animations where the ball just magically shifts from one hand to the other, defying the laws of physics and thus totally breaking the immersion. Sure, you might call it nitpicking, but seeing the same glitch happen over and over again, especially during slow-motion replays, ruins what could otherwise be a perfect highlight moment. However, I'm fairly certain that this issue can be resolved with a simple patch update in the future, so here's hoping 2K get around to fixing it as soon as possible. NBA 2K21 is easily one of the best entries of the franchise. From extremely realistic gameplay and a variety of modes to take part in, to the state-of-the-art presentation of the sport of basketball, the game serves as the very best of what current-gen platforms have to offer. For basketball and other sports gaming fans alike, NBA 2K21 is an absolute must-have title. And so that concludes our review of NBA 2K21. Let us know what you think about this game in the comment section below. We would love to hear your thoughts. And please make sure to head over to AltChar.com for much more content like this. And please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming content. Thanks a lot for watching this tutorial, and see you in the next video.